What it do, what it is, one and all. This the Peace Dealer. Welcome to another weekly installment of your love horoscopes. I want to make sure I get this in this week because this is a week where you're going to experience the shifts in love. And when it comes to understanding how love shifts work, you want to look at transits the sun makes and Venus make to mutable signs. But you also want to look at Mars. A lot of people look more to Venus when it comes to love than they look at Mars, because Venus is really just going to establish the connections and the people that you'll meet, but Mars is acting off on these connections. What I can say though is now that Venus is in Sagittarius with the Sun and Mercury retrograde and Saturn and soon to be the Moon, you're going to experience throughout this week a profound shift, especially with Mercury and Sagittarius in the same sign as Venus. There's going to be heavy communication in your connections with people. When Venus was in Libra and Scorpio, you were taking action to establish who you connect with, and then you were receiving wisdom. Now with this information, everything's shifting. And what's important about this shift happening karmically involving Saturn, ready to move into Capricorn, is that you're going to receive this week the first level of relevant information that has been years in the making. Really think back to 2015, anything that started when Saturn entered Sagittarius, and then anything you had to deal with the last time Venus was conjunct Saturn, it's revisiting, and this is what's going to implement the shift that's going to occur. Fully expect conflict and fully expect some kind of showdown. Many of you may be in a position where you still may be hanging on to certain potential lovers that you need to let go. And this will be a quick week where you let go and then you're finally connected to that right person. Others of you are going to feature real arguments that now manifest into the physical with these individuals. And certain bridges could be burned, but one thing to keep in mind is there's necessary chaos that's implemented with Sagittarius that will force some situations to happen so that, it can smolder. Case in point, you know how certain people, they may be beefing online, they may not even know each other that well, and they have some kind of hate, and then they're just forced to be together in the same situation, and then when they talk through it, they realize it wasn't that serious. A lot of this is indicating Neptune square to Sagittarius, to where a lot of chaotic, dramatic situations aren't even that dramatic at all. And if you show up for it, even though it might be challenging, this could be your victory. So in that case, many of you could get into horrible arguments with certain potentials of love. And because of that horrible argument, you both gain respect for each other. And you actually had to go through what you feared in order to get what you wanted. So don't let any potential conflicts be a reason that you don't necessarily engage with any certain romantic potential. And you can gain a lot by meeting head on these issues. Once again, Venus in Sagittarius is going to change your situation so that you are engaging with the people you're supposed to. So be open to any opportunities of love. And the card that I have for everyone is the Star. A personal dream concerning love is going to be granted for you. The Nine of Cups grants wishes. The Star is like dreams being realized. And that's no coincidence, because we are in a full moon in Gemini transit that is bringing the harvest for what we've kind of intended. So it makes sense that we're going to manifest this now. And the Star card is saying, keep the hope alive. Is there someone in your life you feel you have a connection to? Keep the hope alive. This doesn't even mean that they are the one, but it's saying, keep the hope alive. There's more to see. This week is going to give you a meaningful experience or important signs that restore your hope in this process, which is really important, where a lot of you already feel like giving up or have been fighting really hard. So not only will you not feel like giving up, but there's also going to be a very profound and important level of renewal to where you're starting a new phase. Of course, because we're transitioning. The oracle card that I have for everyone is listen with your heart. You are listening to what is being said to you, but you need to listen with a loving heart. So with that being said, let's go down the zodiac signs. Aries, the card that we have for you this week is the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is, of course, speaking of a great level of stability. But in the context of this love reading, it's talking about, if I pull a court card for any of the signs, it's talking about a partner that you need to directly deal with. So for you, Aries, this is an earth sign who is dependable and there for you. It could be even speaking of, you might be looking for all these other people. You know, you might be looking for someone as passionate as you. You might be looking for someone that's super smart like an air sign, or really sexy and emotional like a water sign. But what you need is a dependable earth sign who's going to actually hold you down. And there is someone like that in your life who you can open up to and actually open a positive relationship with. If you're single, if you're with this person already, look to this person for reliability, because they'll hold you down. You are limitless. Recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do. So embrace that, as that will help manifest a whole lot with Venus in your ninth. Okay, so Taurus, the card that we have, Taurus rising, Taurus moon, the card that we have for you is the Ten of Swords. I'm going to show you that shortly. The Ten of Swords is talking about the end of a difficult situation. For some of you, this means this is the week you're going to completely, kind of give up 100% on someone. Like, it's not like you're giving up, it's like it's over. There may be failure in a relationship, but what this really speaking of is the end of a difficult situation. Remember, the bottom, the card is the Star. So whatever ends is good, because you're going to have renewal right at the same time during this week. And it's like, if you didn't let go, Taurus, is going to be taken. Like, it's going to be, you're not going to be able to hold on to it anymore. And the oracle card we have is be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. But keep in mind, the Ten of Swords for you, Taurus, is good. This is talking about you, like something that has been stressing you out for a long time. It's done. Your mind's going to be blown, actually. So, Gemini, the card that we have for you is the Lover's card. This is actually a Gemini card. So this is talking about connecting with a soulmate. This is talking about really making a choice, though. It's not so much like the Two of Cups, which represents deep love. It's a choice and an opportunity to connect. And you really do want to connect, Gemini. Venus is in your seventh, so take advantage of that. And definitely have fun with this love that opens up. And the oracle card that we have is Love Endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. All right. For those of you Geminis looking to connect sexually and romantically with your other half, this week is going to give that opportunity. Cancer, the card that I have for you is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is saying that you don't want to back down. The Seven of Wands is saying you may be engaged in a competitive situation. And for some of you Cancers, you may be talking to someone who they have other more wealthy, more better looking people talking to them, and don't ever back down. Make sure you still make sure you still let them know that you are still worth being with. And any accusations coming to you, you need to stand up for, because that's where your victory is going to come. The person who's examining to be with you is going to see how you're not backing down, and that's going to be very sexy to them. Also, Cancer, this is saying that you want to defend any relationships. You might be with someone that people are attacking. Stand up to their defense, and your protection will be great. And Cancer, have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. Everything is going to be all right. And Pluto's opposite you, so it does not seem like it's going to be all right. Cancer does not seem it. It's going to be cool. Just have faith. Neptune is in your ninth. Believe it will work out. Your belief is what's going to make it work, actually, Touche. Leo, the card that we have for you is the King of Swords. So, Leo, for you, love is going to take on a very intellectual approach. The King of Swords is a very genius mastermind that will actually pick a fight with you just to test how intelligent you are. So don't take it all personally what this person does. There's a positive romantic situation that can open up for you with this King of Swords. But for those of you in existing relationships, you're going to see your partner take a very unbiased, objective stance towards things. We have the Ace of Swords, so there's a message that they have that'll enlighten you to the truth. Have patience, however. Love is patient and kind always. So there are elements of what you're going through that still need to develop, and the more patient you are, the better it'll develop. Virgo, the card that I have for you is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is saying that when it comes to love, you're sailing towards a positive future. Any of you who are single can actually gain love by dating online. You'll get some luck there, or by talking to someone on social media. Know that with the Six of Swords, any kind of problems you had with love are done. Like, things are going to look on the up and up. And we have get to know each other, which is another Six of Swords theme, where you're just getting to know someone on a more mental level. This Oracle card echoes that. Learning to meet another's need for love is important for a relationship to grow. And this is very important because you're going to really gather and gain a profound element of how to tap into such as well. Once again, just make sure you're embracing the positive future and element of this. Okay. Libra. We just did Virgo. Libra, the card that I have for you is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is saying that you might have to go through a temporary separation period when it comes to love. And it has nothing to do about the relationship. It's for you personally. Pluto's in your fourth still, and you're having to really take time out to find yourself and to work very deeply on your issues. Until you kind of walk away from everything and do this, you're not going to really have any fruitful relationships. So keep that in mind. And the card that we have is Actions Speak Loudly. All right. Express your love through actions. Many of you have already done this soul searching. So it's just saying you're reaching a deeper level of this. And you're literally, wherever you're walking away, you're headed towards your satisfaction, ironically. So keep that in mind. It's not really a bad card or a sad card, even though it'll seem that way. Scorpio, the card that we have for you is the Magician. So this is going to be a very great week when it comes to love because of your skills and the communication that's going to open up a fantastic chemistry between you and somebody. If anything, I just split the deck and got spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. So cute. I would really keep in mind that for those of you who are single, you're going to connect and establish a connection with someone like so. And really enjoy that, okay? This is the week, finally. Some of you Scorpios will be like, finally. Sagittarius. Sagittarius moon, Sagittarius rising. The card that I have for you is the Ten of Pentacles. Look to tradition. Okay, this is a card of tradition and this is a card of wealth, but Twin flames, Sagittarius. You're going to really connect with somebody this week that you have established a legacy with in another lifetime. And you really want to think about your legacy when it comes to love, because that's what's going to really be aligned. It's also talking about, great money coming through when it comes to love. And it's kind of counterintuitive, but keep that in mind. I get more the sense your family and traditions, you have to be mindful. Maybe you might engage in certain traditions that aren't necessarily aligning with your family. How will this really, mix with love? Show simple acts of kindness. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. But when I split the deck, this subconsciously came out. So you also have a spiritual connection with someone that goes beyond this lifetime. Twin flames. So this is going to be a week where you manifest that. Capricorn moon, Capricorn rising. We have the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is talking about war. Okay, do you hate somebody? Is there somebody who pisses you off? You're gonna have to deal with some kind of conflict. Now, actually, Capricorn, this could be the resolution of the conflict. But if you're not willing to resolve it, bridges are going to be burned, because you're going to find yourself really pissed. You could probably, love seems to be giving you more hiccups, if anything. Or you might be dealing with someone who there's a misunderstanding. Maybe you're trying to talk with someone and they just hate you because they're not seeing you in the right way. The Oracle card says, have patience. Love is patient and kind always. They may be a bit delusional and just not understand, okay? Aquarius rising, Aquarius moon. We have the Fool. So you need to embrace a new adventure and an open mind. For many of you, Aquarius, this means that you're going to engage with someone new. The Fool card could also be talking about someone who's just barely starting their spiritual path and they have to meet you because you know everything. So really keep this in mind. You need to have an open mind, because they may have certain facets of them that aren't necessarily aligned with your taste, but they're going to bring so much excitement. And they're probably going to be much younger than you too. All right. But you're also embracing a new phase. This is what's mirroring this vibrational match to you. And embrace your of course you would get this. Embrace your emotions. Don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. Okay. Pisces moon, Pisces rising. We have the Page of Pentacles. So you want to make sure that somebody who you're into doesn't like you because of how you look, or you're not just so focused on into someone's looks. This Page of Pentacles, I get the sense, is someone in your life who wants to help with what you're doing. This is actually someone you'll engage with. It's a message of love through something practical. But I do see this dynamic here. So whether you're the Page or you're the 5 of Swords, make sure that there's not a misunderstanding that's causing this conflict. All right. But once again, don't necessarily let the conflict deter you. And the Oracle card that I have for you is listen with your heart. The main message for everyone. You are listening to what is being said to you, but you need to listen with your heart, with a loving heart. Anyway, we're going to end that there. I should have mentioned this in the beginning, but make sure you click on the description box below and you order a love reading. For those of you who have yet to order, in this love reading, I will take into account the weekly, or really just the zodiac energies and Venus transiting and how it's going to really affect your chart. And I will also pull tarot cards to know who your next current soulmate is, as well as what is happening in your love life. Make sure you hit it up, and y'all stay blessed until next week.